What we're gonna do today is we're gonna put this feeder and waterer into this chicken coop. You can see that I've already got hooks there and there. The idea behind hooks is so you can attach a chain to the hook, and that keeps your feeder and waterer off the ground. You want your feeder and waterer off the ground so the chickens don't make as big of a mess out of it. But I might have a little bit of an issue. I went ahead and tacked the 2 hooks on before I measured to see how much space I needed between the 2 hooks. So I may have to grind one of the hooks off and move it over a little bit. We'll see. Need a little bit of chain on it. I think that's going to be enough space. And for this one, we're going to have to make a cradle with chain coming up to this hook to keep it off the ground. I don't like to hang it from the lid. It's too much stress on the lid. And we may not need a chain at all. I got one of these clips for it. Looky there. That's going to work out just perfect. We got lucky there. So I got these scrap pieces of 1-inch tubing. I use this 1-inch tubing for almost everything. The idea is to be able to set this on here. We're going to attach this dog chain. We're going to tack it to the tubing, and it's going to have to come up enough to where it's above the top. So that way we can just take the waterer here. We just take this waterer in and out and leave this hanging in the coop. So I'm measuring right now how much chain I'm going to need times 3. About right there. I'll hold that spot. And I'm going to take my paint marker and mark so that it doesn't rub this tray. About right there. About right there. Now I need to cut 3 lengths of chain for the 3 sides and cut my tubing. There we go. Now what I'm going to do is use one of these cheap carabiner hooks. I'll put all 3 chains on here. No, I won't either because that was too big. Alright, now that I got the right size carabiner, put that on there, put that on there, and number 3. There it is. It's going to spread out 3 points of contact and hold my waterer. Can't forget to mark our spot where this is supposed to go. I could put a bigger blade on that, but why waste a blade? Not a bad cut. There it is. Now we get to weld her up. This would probably be easier with a clamp, but I don't have time for a clamp. How about those welding skills? All you need is a little tack on there anyway to hold that waterer. Works for me. Alright, so what we're going to do now is tack our chain on there. The idea here is to start a little puddle and slowly move the puddle over to the chain, because it's real easy to burn through this chain. You burn through it, then you mess your chain up. Let's see what happens. There. My battery went out on my camera. Now, I'm not the best welder there ever was, but I think that's going to work. All right, let's see if this is going to work. Nope. We're just a little bit too low. That's where we need to put the hook. About right there. Get to go get my grinder. Now I get to get my welder. I need to mark it up, put her where she needs to be. And don't be like me and forget to take the lid off the marker before you put it up there. Whoop. How high we want it. Let's see. That ought to work right there. Same principle applies. Welding this metal that's not as strong as the other metal. You want to start your puddle on the stronger metal and then kind of work it over to this little stuff. That ought to do her. There we go. Yes, I let the metal cool down before I put that plastic waterer on there. I got a pro tip for you. When you put a roof on a chicken coop, it's gonna have sharp edges. So if you don't take a grinder, grind that off, here's what happens. It cuts you a little bit.